Issa Rae show. I mean, think about it. The power of the sexuality. Some of us as men, it's shameful that we do this, but because she had multiple sexual partners, we're like, damn, I don't really want my daughter watching this. It's teaching her to be a hoe. But yet, you'll turn around and they can watch a show where a man does it. A man can be with whoever he want to be. Or pimping or whatever. You know what I mean? So we got to stop the double standards here. We got to stop the double standards. I'm off topic with that. All right, so trust us. We have the money. You can trust us with creating a masterful film. This came at a time where, if you think about it back, if you go backwards and think about some of these other movies that might have came out after the Black Panther, would it be appreciated a different way? If you brought a Mo Better Blues out now, if you brought a Malcolm X out now, you know what I mean? If you brought those movies out, School Days, whatever, these are all Spike Lee movies. But if you brought all of that stuff out now, would it be appreciated differently post Black Panther? Very interesting. Very interesting. Very interesting. This film opens up the dialogue amongst us. It gives us the opportunity to have dialogue with our children. Wow, Chief is here. What? What's up, Chief? Welcome, Chief here. Jumped up in here. Knox just jumped up in here. X Squad affiliates here. Ron's up in here. What's good, Ron? And D Greatest from South Central's up in here as well. I ain't give everybody a shout out, but these are the latest people that just come up in here. I said that to Chief because he's normally busy working on a Thursday evening, so he may be just taking a drop in. But this movie and this discussion about Wakanda opens up dialogue. It opens up dialogue with our children. They now can know about a place that they're not taught in school. There's nobody teaching anything about Africa except for safaris and tigers and lions and gorillas and monkeys and maybe Tarzan or maybe Lara Croft or maybe some super white guy going into Africa and saving the dame from savages or whatever, or even Indiana Jones. You know what I mean? That type of stuff. So this opens up the dialogue for you to be able to have a discussion about the continent of Africa. The richness, the heritage, who we are, what the possibilities are. There's nothing stopping us from just going over there and developing. Why don't we as black people gather up some of our money and go over there and create the technology in a chosen country, in Uganda or Nigeria or Ethiopia or Kenya? What if we went there and put our resources into one of those countries or the continent as a whole and built up there? There's nothing stopping us from just someone going over there and putting some money, and then all of a sudden you got films and resources and things going on. Technology is there. And in other countries, the technology is taught. The science is taught at a younger age. While our kids are here on their PlayStation 4s and Xboxes, and sitting in the house and not going outside and all the other stuff that I can go on, These kids is elementary school kids learning high school stuff. They are, and it ain't just Africa. There's all kind of other countries, all kind of other cultures. The Indian folks, the Asians, even the Europeans, even Trinidad and all other islands and other cultures are miles ahead when it comes to the sciences. We're behind and we don't understand it. That's just as a country. So I'm coming from our angle as a people. So when I said it opens up the dialogue, this movie Wakanda, the Wakanda spirit opens up the dialogue for you to be able to now have action figures, doll babies, or people that look just like you now finally. Because it will be sporadic. You might find a black doll on the shelf. You might find one Asian doll on the shelf. You might find a Hispanic doll on the shelf. I've seen those. And sometimes you can't really tell. It's like, okay, they're not as light as someone white, and they're not as dark as someone black. So I guess they're Hispanic. That's the guess. But they have one of them. So imagine when these Black Panther toys come out. Imagine when they come out. And when it comes out and has a whole set of black figures. And you at Christmas time, because guess what? This is going to be the hottest toy at Christmas. Mark that. When it comes out and you buy that whole set of T'Challa and Killmonger and the military leader and his sister and his girlfriend. You know what I mean? And the leader of the warriors, the women warriors, I can't think of what her name was on there. The old girl that plays in The Walking Dead, but her. Yeah, when you have all of these characters out, and you're like, ooh, I'm playing with T'Challa, and I'm playing with Killmonger, and I'm playing with what's my man with the woo woo woo. That I can't think of his name. The linebacker that went to Doug School at South Carolina State, that guy. But when you play with those figures, it will be another pride. Because we're not used to that. Grego, I think Grego was asking about Taco Mac. I think it's called Morgan's, Grego. I don't think it's Morton's. Morton's is a steakhouse in the city. It's Morgan's, and yeah, they actually have a new ownership group. It ain't just that Taco Mac either, Grego. All the Taco Macs are bought. The whole franchise is gone. So they will be doing different things with it. Harper, you said Mboku? Yeah. So the cool thing is the pride, like I said, in our kids' eyes when they open these dolls at Christmas. I mean, it's going to be a real cool thing. So this movie has made impact. It's going to be a second one to come out because of the way the money flourished. But the interesting thing is the dialogue that you'll have with your white counterparts. Let me ask you that. When they say, okay, so why was everybody so excited about this movie here? I don't understand. I saw Iron Man, and people didn't really come out there for Iron Man like that. Or Captain America came out, but why wasn't the excitement? What was it about this Black Panther movie that had y'all all going to the movie theater? Is it because he's black? You know? They're going to ask you those questions. Is it because he's black? And we may be like, you're damn right. Why? Because it's usually it's a rare thing, man. I mean, if we think about it, you had Luke Cage on Netflix, which, by the way, is about to drop again. I think it's June. The trailer came out for Luke Cage 2. And we did flock to Netflix behind that one because it was another great Marvel series. Stan Lee does not mind talking about the culture and speaking about racial tension, the culture divided, etc. He doesn't have a problem with it. I heard that the X-Men were actually modeled after Malcolm and Martin, the two leaders. Professor X was Martin because he was a peaceful one. He was peaceful and he didn't want to disrupt the world. And Magneto was Malcolm X because Malcolm X was by all means necessary. Like, we need to handle what we need to do. So that's interesting that Stan Lee was not afraid to tackle those topics. So there's going to be a lot of questions and dialogue. And like I said, the movie was appreciated by all because it was a great movie. Not because it was just a black movie and had a black cast. It was a great movie overall because it had an all-black cast, which is a rarity. We have black casted movies, but on a full, large scale where this movie did such a huge set of numbers. Because you can ask most of your white counterparts, did they go to see this? You can name a list of movies, and they're probably like, no. Nah, I didn't watch that. Nah, I wasn't interested in it. No, I didn't see that. You know, there was a lot of that. So, it didn't occur. Hasn't occurred. It can occur. Maybe because this movie came out and it garnered so much love that folks will now open their minds to go and see other movies. See a movie about... Remember that movie that came out? It was Most Def, and he was the famous heart surgeon. Charles, I can't think of his name, but that was one awesome movie. You know what I mean? So many movies you could think of that didn't get the accolades they should have gotten. Came out, but didn't get the accolades that they should have gotten. Color Purple, you know what I mean? All kinds of different movies. Heck, the Ray Charles movie, Ray, was great. Ali movie was great. With Will Smith. So, I'm laughing at you, Ron. You naming all these black folks. Yeah, we're very aware that there were other black heroes and superheroes. They never fully casted these movies. So even if Catwoman on TV or even on film, aka Halle Berry, it wasn't a full casted black film. And it didn't have to be because it wasn't really the purpose. See, Black Panther was from Wakanda, one of the most technological, richest places in the world, and the source of vibranium, which is where Captain America's shield, that's what it's made out of. So these suits and things that Tony Stark's and, you know, all this technology and stuff was bypassed, or what's the word? Wakanda actually was more technological than even the Stark's Foundation.